purpose of continuous monitoring can be summarized in 3 words: visibility, detection, compliance, but each hides discipline underneath. Visibility means every asset, configuration, and user role in scope is known and measured. Early detection means anomalies are caught and contained before they bloom into incidents. Sustained compliance means controls work every day, not only when auditors look. A mature Kanban program integrates all 3 aims, so data collection, analysis, and remediation form a loop that never stops spinning. When Kanban works, surprises shrink, audits become validations, and security evolves with the environment instead of lagging behind it. Credentialed scans form the pulse of the program. Run them monthly, or more often for dynamic systems, using managed accounts scoped to least privilege. Verify that scans authenticate successfully across targets and capture results representative of the environment. Coverage counts, authenticated success rates, and version checks should appear in every reporting package so assessors and owners can trust that visibility is complete. If authentication fails on a subset, rerun those tests promptly and document both the cause and the fix. Consistency beats perfection. Reliable cadence turns scanning into a routine heartbeat of assurance rather than a sporadic scramble. Analysis turns data into decisions. After each scan, normalize identifiers, deduplicate overlapping findings, and prioritize by risk, exploitability, and business impact. Group related weaknesses by root cause and assess potential attack paths rather than isolated defects. The goal is to channel effort where it changes outcomes, exposures that are reachable, repeatable, and consequential. Feed the results into owner-ready tickets and track closure through the Plan of Actions and Milestones, POA&M. Over time, measure reduction in average finding age and recurrence rate to prove that monitoring leads to measurable improvement rather than endless rediscovery. Configuring scanners safely is an overlooked but crucial practice. Use least privilege accounts created for scanning only, protected by secrets vaults or ephemeral tokens instead of static passwords. Restrict network access through allow lists and isolate scanners on segmented subnets. Throttle probe intensity to protect fragile systems and test configurations in lab environments before production use. Log all scanner activity, forward those logs to the Central Security Information and Event Management (SIEM) platform, and monitor authentication success rates for anomalies. Safe configuration ensures that depth never becomes disruption and that visibility does not trade away stability. Penetration testing complements automated scans by proving how weaknesses combine in real scenarios. Execute the required penetration vectors methodically under formal rules of engagement: external boundary tests, internal lateral movement checks, API abuse cases, and privilege escalation attempts. Capture reproducible evidence requests, responses, timestamps, and communicate high-impact findings immediately. After fixes are deployed, retest the same paths to confirm closure and document residual risk where remediation is deferred. Penetration testing's value lies in precision and proof, not volume. Delivering clear penetration test reports is how findings become organizational knowledge. Each report should include objectives, scope, and methods, evidence with replication steps, severity aligned to business context, and remediation guidance that distinguishes quick fixes from long-term design changes. Include retest results, sanitize sensitive data responsibly, and link every finding to the corresponding control, system, and POA&M entry. A good report reads as a verified story: what happened, why it matters, how to fix it, and how to confirm it stays fixed. Significant changes must never sneak past governance. Treat them as mini assessments with recorded rationales, updated system security plan, SSP, narratives, and approvals from sponsors and assessors before deployment. Document scope, risks, and rollback options. Then run targeted scans or tests once the change lands to verify control integrity. Transparent change control prevents scope drift and demonstrates that agility and compliance can coexist when both are managed in daylight. Annual assessments remain the capstone of the Kanban cycle. Plan them early, align scope with the year's significant changes, and reuse evidence from quarterly activities wherever possible. Pre-stage inventories, procedures, and credentials so assessors can begin immediately, and coordinate calendars with the third-party assessment organization, TPA, to avoid bottlenecks. Annuals validate that continuous monitoring produced real assurance rather than just data, and their reports feed directly into the next authorization cycle with minimal rework. Logging and alerting are the nervous system of continuous monitoring. Harden the SIEM by ensuring coverage across host, application, identity, and network layers. Normalize formats and protect integrity with restricted access and retention policies. Tune alerts against baselines to eliminate noise while preserving sensitivity to privilege misuse, segmentation bypass, and exfiltration attempts. Regular log reviews confirm that ingestion remains complete and that parsing errors or schema drift do not create blind spots. Reliable logging transforms isolated findings into context-rich investigations and gives every control an evidence trail. Incident reporting ties monitoring to response. When an anomaly crosses into confirmed impact, notify promptly through approved channels with facts only: what happened, when, scope, and mitigations. Coordinate with providers and customers on containment, track updates and closure milestones, and preserve all evidence for review. Post-incident, update playbooks and detection logic so the same pattern triggers faster recognition next time. Rapid, factual reporting underpins both operational resilience and regulatory trust. Maintaining the ATO over time is the long game of Kanban. Keep SSP narratives, POA&M entries, and health dashboards current. Align every monitoring activity with the conditions set in the authorization letter, and measure performance by closure rates, risk trend lines, and SLA adherence. Hold regular governance reviews with sponsors to ensure no condition drifts and every change is documented. Authorization maintenance becomes routine when evidence creation, validation, and communication are part of daily operations rather than end-of-year rituals. A quick memory hook captures the cycle in one breath: scan, analyze, test, change, assess, log, report. Scan to see the environment as it is. Analyze to understand risk and drive remediation. Test to prove effectiveness under real pressure. Change safely under governance. Assess annually to validate discipline. Log comprehensively to preserve truth. Report incidents and results to sustain trust. Repeat the loop and the program stays alive rather than compliant only on paper. In conclusion, continuous monitoring is the discipline that turns security promises into measurable performance. By scanning with purpose, analyzing with context, testing with rigor, governing change openly, assessing regularly, logging intelligently, and reporting truthfully, you maintain a program that can face oversight or attack with equal calm. The recap is complete. The next action is to announce your Kanban cadence. Publish the schedule of monthly scans, quarterly reviews, and annual assessments so everyone knows the rhythm. Once cadence becomes culture, continuous monitoring stops being a task list and becomes the steady heartbeat of trust. Thanks for listening. For more audio courses, daily newsletters, and more, please visit baremetalcyber.com.